Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Procrasticast. This week, we're going to talk about wearable tech. And if you should buy into the hype, or if you should just let it, if it's just a fad. Hey.
What?
Hey everyone, I am at Alex H.
I am at Alpha D21, aka Jerod. Just Jerod.
You got a haircut.
I did. I look a lot different than I did last time. So, yeah. Hi.
You look like a real boy.
This is what my face looks like without a hat under it.
Yeah.
Over it. That didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're talking about wearable technology.
Talking about wearable technology. You can see we both have our Apple Watches here. We are early adopters, I guess.
Yeah, early, very early. The minute they were available to order, basically.
I'll tell you the story of why I decided to get one in a second, but wearable devices, they are all over the place right now. As you can see here, we have the Razer Nabu X. We'll be giving out one of those this week, so check out our giveaway video.
Let's figure out how to get that.
Down in the description, or click on the annotation up here to check the video out. But yeah, wearable device, wearable tech.
Oh yeah, wearable technology. It's like the new big thing, new big fad. Every tech company is coming out with them, coming out with apps for them. And they're different types too. It's not just watches or wristbands and stuff. Like you've got like Google Glass is still around.
Yeah, that's wearable tech.
It's wearable tech. Microsoft's their thing they announced at CES. I'm blanking on the name. It's a lot of people are comparing it to like Morpheus and.
You're talking about HoloLens?
HoloLens.
Okay.
That will be wearable tech as well. A lot of people are comparing it to like Oculus and Morpheus.
But do you consider that wearable tech?
The HoloLens I do, because it will be something that you will interact with everyday things. Not Morpheus and Oculus are gamed things.
Okay.
Depending on what.
Yeah. So from what I saw, at least from what I saw with HoloLens, it's like you use your computer with it.
Yeah, you were using you were synced up to your computer and interacting with like everyday things.
Yeah,
which is where wearable tech is coming through. While this connects to my phone, the HoloLens will connect to your computer.
Yeah.
Maybe one day connect to your Windows 8 phone.
Sure.
Or Windows 10 phone.
If you decide to buy one of those.
2% of the populace that owns them.
So wearable tech. So immediately when I think about wearable tech, I think of like the Apple Watch, the like Moto 360,
the Pebble,
the Pebble probably started it there.
The Swatch.
Yeah, sure.
Swatch is coming out with a wearable tech watch as well, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
That's where I think of it, and then like Google Glass. That's the other type of tech I really think about most.
And then I think what actually like really started just wearable tech was probably like Nike Fuel Band, Fitbit, that kind of thing. We have the Razer Nabu X.
Just basic things is what they would tell you, and now we're getting to stuff that's like really interactive and have new apps coming out with it. Whereas, like the Fitbit and the Nike Fuel Band were just
mainly just be there to track fitness.
Yeah,
right?
they would track steps and stuff.
Now we're getting into like where it's tracking everything.
Yeah, I play a game on my wrist at this point.
Yeah,
which is wonderful.
So to give like so here's a funny story. I was not originally going to get one of these things, I have an Apple TV in my room. So here's the story. I was editing one of the videos for I was editing a Procrasticast video, and I go into bed. I play a video with the Apple TV remote, which is like really small, really easy to lose. And it also happened to be the same night that the pre-orders for the Apple Watch came out, and video ended, and I wanted to play another video, but I couldn't find the Apple remote because I lost it that quickly. And I'm like, it'd be cool if I could change the video with my watch, and I just bought one.
Cool. And you can do that.
You can do that
with
cool
this
story,
new
bro.
Wearable tech.
Yeah. So
I bought one. I'm kind of big on new technology. Like I love this type of stuff.
And we're a little Apple biased.
We are kind of Apple fanboys.
A little bit.
Yeah, just a bit. So that's why we got the Apple Watch, not something else. But like this technology is really cool, and it's really like, I think maybe not yet, but is making progress to really change how we interact with everything.
Yeah.
Like when they announced the Apple Watch, they announced a lot of health things. Apple was partnering with like a Parkinson's research firm to use the Apple Watch to help figure stuff out, like get a bunch of like data, which they really couldn't get before this easily because you can get it from home now. And that's huge. Like, that's major.
Yeah.
That we're getting research information from our watch.
You used to have to schedule a doctor's appointment for them to give you a device to track a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's just like you buy this thing that, Apple is endorsing Apple is selling, that will capture that information for you, as long as you approve that. Like I recently took a sleep test, and they they gave me a watch to wear while I was going to sleep to track like my sleeping patterns. And had this Apple Watch already been out, maybe they're just like, hey, download this app. Download this app and have it track your sleep when you go, and that's what it's coming into. So like the big question right now is it just a fad? Should you buy into it? For me, the quick answer is for now, I would say like for a lot of this stuff, I'd probably wait a little bit because I could tell you right now, you don't need it. You don't need this stuff.
No reason to have it.
Yeah,
like, there's no need for it.
I really don't. I really don't need this. Like, I think it's really cool that I can, whenever I get a text message, it comes right to my wrist. I can tell you that just going on a big, I went on a little mini vacation. It does save my phone's battery life if you choose to, attach it to your phone. But it's definitely a nice to have. I can definitely see myself using it within the next year. I like being able to, for me to work in at a company where I have to go to a lot of meetings, it's nice to see my next meeting right on my watch.
Yeah, and in that, I work in a building, a really tall building, but we're all on the same Wi-Fi, and I actually can leave my phone plugged in and charging, and just take my watch, just leave my watch on, and as long as I'm on the same Wi-Fi and I never dropped off, I'll stay connected to my phone, so I can still get my text messages, get my tweets, all that stuff right to my wrist, and respond to a lot of it. Yeah. Which is mind-blowing that I don't even need my phone with me every minute of the day to be able to get a lot of this info. I can answer my phone calls on it. It's cool. It's not necessary, though. But as things progress, like this will be something that will be more and more like intertwined with our day-to-day lives. Yeah. And we'll be able to do a lot more with it.
And by no means are we trying to sell it to you right now. Just
tech in like this type of tech in general will allow you to do a lot more in the future. It's super new, but we were seeing like stuff like people talking about stuff like this years ago. Yeah, that this is the future, and I mean that future is now. Like we're seeing stuff from like Star Trek.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
like, this is my wrist communicator.
Oh my god, yeah, and you can't do that. I can now. I remember just growing up, like thinking, like, oh, I can talk into my watch and have it send some kind of communication to this other person, and I can do that. Like I can send you my heartbeat right now through this through this Apple Watch. I think it's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool benefit to it. Right now, there's a lot of cool things you could do with it, but yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need a phone. Like you have to have a phone.
Yeah, at this point, you need a phone.
And a lot of the functionality that comes from these wearable devices requires some kind of tether. You know what I mean? So you have to have it paired up to the computer.
Until I don't have a tether on this, it's not going to be.
It's not truly like a standalone device.
Like you can get these wearable devices by themselves, but they really don't have the functionality. It's like 10%, if that, of what it would be with a phone or a computer in some cases. But I think in 10 years,
these
will be a standalone device that connects to its own data network and can be your device.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Like, what would a device like this need to
internal storage?
Internal storage, sure.
They do have, like, a lot of them do have some, but it's very minimal. Like,
Yeah.
very, very minimal. They would need a data connection.
Some kind of data, yeah.
We would need new battery technology.
Yeah.
Because all of those things will take more battery.
Yeah.
And, right now, the battery technology we have is not going to cut it.
Yeah, I think it's getting there. You know what I mean? It's definitely getting there.
Yeah.
Very slowly, but it's What Apple came out with that battery that is basically they're basically sheets.
Yeah.
Right. The conductive sheets. Yeah, I think once this can be our only device, that will be, and who knows? Like it might just be like a hologram that it's like a little thing that you wear in your wrist, and it's a hologram that like spans out across your forearm. You know what I mean? Like, and you can play games and stuff like that.
Straight like Mass Effect.
Like yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And that'll be a cool day, and I hopefully I'll be alive for.
Or one day we might see glasses that we can wear that are AR glasses that'll sync up to and get data from your watch, and you just look at something on the desk and it looks like you're on a computer.
Yeah, and the glasses don't look like shit. So I think that goes into a lot of it as well, because they can have all the functionality in the world, but there are people out there where it can't just look like a piece of shit on your wrist. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or it can't just look like every time I look at you, you look like I don't know if you're recording me or you just look more of like a creeper to me.
Yeah, it's got to be like.
Because that's a big part of it as well, and that's the big sell with like the Apple Watch is that it is also a fashion device.
It's a fashion statement.
Exactly.
It is. I mean, along with a lot of other watches. I mean, it's a fashion thing.
Yeah.
Which Apple knew what they were doing, and I think a lot of these other companies do too that are making these wearable watches. Like the Pebble is a nice looking watch.
Yeah.
The Pebble 2 is also a good-looking watch. The swatches that I've seen pictures of look great.
Yeah.
Like, all these are... But that's the thing, is if they looked like a wearable computer, what people would think about like that...
Yeah. Like, one thing I do like about, like, the Android, like, one of the Android, the Moto 360, is that it's a circle. You know what I mean? And it just maybe me stuck in my ways, but I do like the look of a circle watch. The square watch, the way that you read the way that you read the information on the watch, it's more practical for that. But I think for fashion, I would much prefer a circle watch. And who knows? Like I think in the future, it'll be a lot more open to that. You'll see a lot more options. Because it's such a big thing right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people use this. I mean, it doesn't have to be for functionality like that. You can wear it for fitness. You can wear it to track how far you're running. Right now, one really cool feature of this watch is that it tells me to stand up every hour. And,
something that you don't really think about every day, and other things do that too. Like I think the newer Fitbits and the Fuel Bands will do that.
It'll
too.
Buzz you.
They'll give you little notifications to stand up.
Yeah.
I was at lunch with my girlfriend's family the other day, and her cousin was like, I don't even know what band it was. Was like, I got to stand up, doing the hourly thing. I was like, that's really cool. Yeah. It's not just like all of them are trying to do that. All of them are really out there for benefit.
Yeah. And I think they took that like in their studies, right? You know, like we're very like technical, like we love our technology here in America, but we're also very fat. So it's, like it's, you combine the two, you combine the want to be healthier, and our love for technology, and you kind of put that into one thing and the wanting to look cool, I guess.
Yep.
And you have a sell. You have a sell with these wearable watches. So what did you? So find just recommendation. Would you pick something up right now?
I would. If you are if
you like keeping for me, if you like keeping track of stuff, by all means, and you see utility in that, by all means, you have options. You know what I mean? You don't have to.
There's so many out there that can do a lot of really cool things. They're not all that expensive.
Yeah, so I mean, Apple Watch may be a little pricier, but then you have options like the Razer Nabu X. You can it pairs up to an app on your phone. It's $50, and you can keep track of all. You can keep track of fitness. It'll buzz when you want it, when you're getting a phone call. It should save a little bit of battery life on your phone. Yeah, if you like keeping track, for me, by all means, go ahead and get one. But I wouldn't say that it is like you need one.
Yeah, if you are somebody that's likes to keep up with tech, probably want to pick one up, see what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
But in all reality, it's not something you need right now. It's not something you're going to need for years. But like Alex said, if you like to keep up with especially like health and fitness stuff, there's so many apps out there that will sync up with your phone, check your heart rate on your watch or whatever watch it might be, or band or whatever it is. Check your heart rate, check all that stuff, and keep track of it so that you can use it for your benefit. But in 10 years, things will be totally different. We'll be able to wear our HoloLenses and our watches, and they will change like our everyday life.
Yeah.
That's when more people will start looking into this.
I think so. Once these devices are able to adapt, then I think it'll be.
Yeah.
I think they'll be
5-10
more
years
viable. Yeah.
Definitely. But right now, make sure it's something that's gonna fit for you, something that you need.
Yeah.
Or want really bad.
Which likely you probably don't need it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're trying to make a change or if you're trying to do something, then it will definitely help. And I'll tell you right now, I really like it. I
love my watch.
It really looks cool. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this Razer Naga. Razer Naga. That's the mouse, which I also use.
It's right there.
Razer Nabu X. We'll be giving out one of these. Again, check the link in the description below. We're going to be giving out one of these in the coming weeks. And we'll the instructions will be all in that video.
Yeah.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Turboloot Games. Again, I'm at Alex H.
And I'm at AlphaDude21.
We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.